That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Philadelphia.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Forced out to his left. Hurts fumbles it. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call.
And oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And the ball comes out.
Hurts pass complete.
Able to. Fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Left side here to Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Hurts fumbles it. And the Panthers have recovered.
Fumble on the play.
He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, Newton escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's taken down inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Newton. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
DJ Moore.
From the gun, Newton buying time to his left. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton able to find DJ Moore, and the Panthers just continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Short. That one hit and a loose football. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter.
And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know why they asked the sideline. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Here's Christian McCaffrey, and he loses the football a second time. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back.
And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
And it's a fumble. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, the good news, they got to stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach. But maybe
as Sanders has it poked free, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. And he's got it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt unsuccessful.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. Yeah, I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when he snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Panthers. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offense. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like something.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
At the 27-yard line. A gain of 5.
Now an option play on second down. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Goal at the 2-yard line.
Now Newton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be second and goal.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. After the run, Newton going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On the keeper.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll go again with Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it first and goal here from the 2-yard line.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room and no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word.
Hurts fumbles it. And the Panthers have recovered. And he lost the football. Derek Brown. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Hurts. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th. Down.
Yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught by the tight end, Hurts. And, oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the pick. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 21 yards away. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right up. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to get him for a loss of about 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on second. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Eagles have recovered. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now this will make in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And I think he was in a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
On the coverage.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. And the Panthers have recovered.
Fumble on the play.
And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
His throw here's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. They're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still with.
As Sanders has it poked free. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Roughing the passer, defense.
No!
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
But first down, Hurts. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Second down.
Second down. Here's Hurts. Hurts fumbles it.
K1 short. Cam Newton.
So they... escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Field in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.